Well, it's Comic-Con season, so we might as well talk about Comic-Cons. Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Jesse here with JLSComics. Welcome back to yet another video in my how-to series. This is a day late. I think I'm going to update to do my how-tos on either Sunday or Monday because, you know, schedule-wise, it can be kind of difficult to get those in. I don't want to promise a video to you at a specific time if I can't deliver on that. So I think I'm going to update it, and it'll be either Sunday or what do you call this day that we're on now? Monday. So expect that slight update. You know, just a couple hours difference there, really. So not a big deal. So it is time for a how-to video, but it's also time for comic conventions. This is Comic-Con season, if you will. You know, they're all over the world, all over the country, in your backyard, in your city. You know, you get the Wizard World, the C2E2, SDCC, NYCC, UltraCon, SuperCon, Big Apple Con, Comic Fest, Alamo City, Kamikaze, the Small Press, and the WonderCon, and the Calgary Comic Con. Then you get your MegaCons, and your IGN conventions, and your Helsinki festivals, and your London MCMs, and your ECCCs, you know, Emerald City, your Motor City. So they're everywhere, really. You know, those are some of the big ones. But you know, we're going to talk about how to find one in your area and some of the initial prep work here. This is going to be a series I'm going to do for the Sundays. You know, through April here. So this is kind of part one of the comic convention how-to series, okay? I got a really special one coming up in the third Sunday of this month. So we're going to talk about some things. Some of the first things I wanted to talk to you about are just really like some of the real initial stuff, you know, how to find a convention and that initial prep work before you know, even get there. So, you know, the places that I look for comic conventions, there's a couple. There's a few, and I encourage you to look in these as well. That would be, and you probably have seen this already, but they have some ads actually in the comic books themselves. I have a few back here. I just had a really big haul. This whole box here was pretty inexpensive. It was at my local comic shop last weekend, 2 days ago. I got to catalog these and put them all away, but I wish I had an example there to show you. That's kind of why I mentioned that. But you will find them in comic books as an ad. You also find them on TV as an ad. A lot of times some of the larger conventions have ads. I know I've seen Wizard World and SuperCon in my area are a couple that have TV spots. And then some of the smaller ones too might do a quick thing. Facebook, if you're familiar with the name, or you know, a local comic convention or comic book or cosplay group will know that. You can network with other people there. There's a website called conventionscene.com, which actually lists in sort of a calendar format a lot of them, and you can break it down by zip code and stuff. And then another thing you can do, very simple, just go to Google, go to your Bings or your Yahoos or whatever search you use, your Lycos or your Expedia, and just look up Comic-Con and your city or your town and find something nearby. There's a lot of really local small ones, and you know, you don't just have to go to the huge conventions. So I encourage you to kind of broaden those horizons and look in the cities around if you're willing to drive a little bit. You know, and you'll be able to find more options in a wider radius. So we're talking about the websites. Wherever you find it, hit up their website. That's very important. Also look for Facebook and, you know, type of Twitter and things like that where they would do updates. But on the website, you're gonna find the dates for the convention. You're gonna find the ticket prices, which is very important. You can there's two different prices. You're gonna have your early prices, and then you're gonna have your door prices. And then it's going to be broken down by if you're going for a day, if you're going for 2 days, or if you're going for the entire weekend. So definitely look up those different prices. They're also going to have exclusive things, exclusive comic book covers. I know Wizard World was doing an exclusive Walking Dead cover, which unfortunately I didn't get the last one I went to. I think you had to Well, I'll tell you, I bought my ticket. I looked and I went to Groupon and I had bought it there. And I guess because I did that, I wasn't able to get the exclusive comic, which wasn't a big deal because I got a huge discount on the books themselves. But that's another option for you too. If we talk about websites like Groupon or the local deals or whatever, sometimes they have some great sales on that. But then the website for the convention is going to have a newsletter that you can sign up for. It's going to give you all the updates, all the latest things, the guest changes, anything that you want that they think is relevant, they're going to put in the newsletter. So follow them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter, sign up for their newsletter if it's far enough in advance for you. And then also just don't check it that one time and be done with it. Keep checking because they keep adding people or changing to the guest list. The schedules change. They have these sort of panel rooms that they do, and those can change as well. So check it once, but keep checking it periodically because you might find new things or updated things, and that's important to know. And then if you're your first time there, it's important to look for a floor plan because you want to know, the layout. You want to know where the comic books are. You want to know what Artist Alley is, where the panels are. If there's contests you're doing, you want to know where those are, where the parking is, and like kind of how things relate. So there's a lot of helpful things you can find on the website in terms of those things we just talked about, the dates, the tickets, and the layout there. And then you got to decide, once you're kind of looking at that, you decided on that one convention, do you want to go for a day or do you want to go for the whole weekend? And then again, go back to those ticket prices and check that out. If you are traveling, you want to look at your hotel prices, you want to look for transportation, parking. So a lot of them have garages, but they have different prices on that. So it's important to know that as well. And then, it's important to know, I wrote down a couple of notes here. The grocery stores, the budget, you want to bring cash, you want to know all kinds of different things that are very typical for, traveling. You want to know, what did I write down? You want to bring clothes and things like that. So we can get into that at a later time, but wanted to talk about these things first. And then the other thing you want to do is talk to your friends. Coordinate with them. Do you want to go by yourself or do you want to go with a group of friends? Personally, I like going with friends. It's a fun social atmosphere there. But you know what? You do, and this always happens, you get separated, you go off in your different ways, you have different panels you want to go see, or different artists, you want to get your book signed, so it ends up, you get separated. And I'll tell you, when I'm in my dollar bin mode or whatever, I'm very antisocial. I'm just focused on those books. So, going with friends doesn't mean you have to be shoulder to shoulder with them the whole time. So that's kind of what I have in a nutshell for finding a con and that initial preparation when it comes to locking in, some tickets early. You have to remember, looking at hotels, if you want to rent a car, things like that. Finding a grocery store nearby if you're staying at a hotel. Sharing the hotel with those friends. That's another reason why you'd want to coordinate. So there's a lot of prep to do, and you haven't even gotten to the convention yet, right? Preparation is the key. It's very, very important. Next time we're going to talk about kind of like what to bring. We're going to talk about in the future what to do once you get there, and then some really awesome things on cosplay that I want to talk to you guys about as well. It's kind of a very special JLSComics thing that I've alluded to in some of my past videos. But I want to hear from you guys. What are some tips that you have for finding a convention, that really early initial prep, getting ready before you even get there? And we're not talking about what to bring stuff, just where to find it, good deals, things like that. So let me know down below in the comments what you think. Don't forget to subscribe here, thumbs up, and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys. I'll see you early if you follow my channel. Please follow, if you like the comics and all that. But in terms of the how-tos, and part 2 for this video will be next weekend. Well, I guess since I updated, it's going to be either Sunday or next Monday. So stay tuned for that. But looking forward to your comments, looking forward to interacting with you guys, and I will see you soon. Well, it's Comic Con season, so you might as well talk about some Comic Con.